Hello there, this is Anurag from ORB Academy. We made a few changes in the script. Some of you sent a few suggestions. So I put in those features into the indicator, and also one or two bugs were found, and that also has been rectified. So I'll quickly, there are two parts to this video. One is that I will introduce the new features which have been incorporated. And secondly, after that, I will show you how to customize it, especially for the candle analysis student undergoing the course now, because the present settings are, in fact, for some advanced levels. So we can make a little changes in the settings so that you can progress with your class on a daily basis. And then after you finish your class, you can switch to the composite view. So now the question is how to install this update. The update has been already published. So whenever you get an alert, you will actually get an alert on your email whenever there's an upgrade published. And the process is very simple. You just delete this indicator, and then again you go to the indicator option, go to invite only scripts, and choose the indicator again and install it. So whenever you do that, you will see that the latest published indicator will get installed. So I hope this is clear. Very simple, I'm showing it once again. You delete the indicator which is installed, then you go to indicators, go to invite only scripts, and then you single click here, and then the latest indicator will come up. So you see the latest indicator with the gap up and O and the double OBY, everything is here now. So you don't have to fear about deleting the indicator. You can just delete it, and then you can just install it again. So what are the features? The features are, first is that we've introduced gap up and gap down indication. So whenever a stock opens up in comparison to the previous day, if it is above the high of that particular previous day, you will get a gap up confirmation, and if it's below the low of the previous day, you'll get a gap down confirmation. So gap up and gap down opens are very important in Nimbler TA. So I've introduced that as a possibility. Second possibility which I've introduced is the out of body buy and out of body sells. So Nimler sir talks about this in the candle analysis course, that whenever you come across a ICMC buy, and if the next bar opens above the body of the previous bar, then you can aggressively go for a buy instead of waiting for trespassing. So I precisely coded that. Now you can actually get indications. So whenever you have a case where the outer body candle is getting formed, immediately you will be alerted on the screen. So you can aggressively put 1/5 of your capital there to buy or sell. The next one, what I have done is I have actually marked the IC candles in gray. So this makes it much more easier to spot also. So all the tiny ICs, if you see, are marked in gray. In their tiny ICs are marked in gray, not all the ICs, the tiny ICs. So this is another change which is there. Then of course, for the candle analysis students who are undergoing the course now, you have the concept of HSL and ISL plotting. So that also I've introduced here. So what you can actually do is you can go to the setup, and then you can plot live ISL plotting. So if when I do that, you see that there is a maroon line which has got plotted. Now this is the line for the ISL, the stop loss, which is based on the immediate IC. And then of course similarly we have also enabled the HSL plotting. So the HSL is also plotted, which you can see is plotted on the basis of the orange line. So this as a starter, you can have this enabled in your settings. So this is what has been enabled here. Another feature which some of you wanted was regarding labels. We had introduced these colorful labels in the first version, and some of you wanted that only if the current labels could be showed and the past labels could be deleted, because at times it may not be necessary and it distracts in some cases. So we have done that. If you just click this now, what happens is you'll see that the past labels will disappear, and the one set of labels for sell and buy, the immediate sell and buy, they will just remain. So you see that we have one set of labels which are remaining. The previous sets all disappeared. So these are the changes which are incorporated. Also now if you see that the targets all rounded off in in the proper format. Earlier you were getting non-0.05 formats, so now they have been rectified. Now for the first timers, the candle analysis students, the present batch which is undergoing this course, this can get too overwhelming for you because there are a lot of settings in this, so you can modify this indicator to suit your requirements. So what you can do is you go to setup, and here the first thing which I'll suggest is that you can actually switch off the tiny IC and ICMC and the tiny IC combination. This can be set off because this will kind of disable a lot of your breakouts, and you'll be confused why a breakout is not showing. Though later in another video I have actually explained, in the introductory video I've explained why I have combined this. But for the timing, you can switch it off so that you get more alerts, and you are able to use the logic. Similarly, if you want, you can also switch off ICMC plus zigzag. Again, this will increase the number of alerts. Then if you also switch off tiny IC and this will also increase the number of alerts. So there'll be too many alerts, but then for the study it is good because you will be able to kind of logically find out what is happening where. And then later, if you want to be with the trend, you can enable this again to understand that why we have tightened the we have tied it down to the trend so that we get lesser number of trades and confirmed trades. So this is one thing which I would suggest as a beginner. You can switch off ICMC tiny, and you can also switch off tiny IC with though I think you keep this, otherwise you'll get too many. With every tiny IC there'll be an alert coming in, so maybe you can stick to this, just switch off this. This is one thing which you can do. Second thing which you can do is you could switch on the plot live ISL and the plot live HSL, so that you are aware of where the ISL and HSL is, and the values will keep plotting on the screen. So it becomes very easy for you to calculate the ISL and the HSL. So this you can keep it on, and the rest you can tweak them as you need them. If you want, if you don't want to see the high and low zigzag labels, you can remove them. Whatever, you can play around with this. So this is all about it. I wanted to update you regarding this so that it becomes a little easy for you, and you are able to use the indicator in a proper way, and it helps you in your studies. You could make a little change on your setting so that you can differentiate one day from another. Now right now on the screen, if you see, there are 2 days here. Okay, so this is Friday and this is Thursday, but it becomes very difficult for us to differentiate between them. So there's a small setting which you can do. You can right click on the chart, go to settings, then go to this place called appearance, and there is an option called session breaks. Switch it on. So see, the moment you switch on session break, there's a period breaker which the day the day breaker marks the day that okay, there's a day break here. Okay, so this becomes very useful for you. So maybe you could have this on. In case you have any queries, in case you have any suggestions, if you find a bug somewhere here and there, do let me know on Telegram. You can send me a DM or you can also email to us. Thank you so much.